Elegant family, welcome again to another episode on the Winnie School of Elegance channel. As the title of this video suggests, today is going to be all about the elegant students. Now, for some reason, one of the most highly requested videos on this channel is for students. How to live elegantly as a student. It made me realize very quickly that we actually have a lot of students watching this channel because the amount of it I get on a weekly, in fact on a daily basis, is actually a lot. So I just hope that everyone who has taken the time to send a comment to say that they wanted a video on how to be an elegant student would actually find this video and watch it, because we're filming this video just for you all. But before we go right into it, if you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, now would be a good time for you to subscribe and join the community so that you can get instantly notified whenever we upload a new video, especially if leveling up is something that's very important to you, okay? So without further ado, let's go into the points that can make you an elegant student, if that's something you're interested in. My dear students who aspire to become elegant, now I want you to understand that your student life or life as a student is actually one of the most important phases of your lives. I have gone through the phase of being a student. Of course, I'm still a lifelong student of knowledge and information, but for higher education or tertiary education, I've gone through that phase, and trust me, there's so many things that I actually wish that I did differently or that I knew to do differently back then. But thankfully, I'm here to tell you some of the things that can actually help you thrive through your time in school. And the very first point that I've put down here would be for you to understand why you were there. Now, this video is not just for people who are in the university. Over here in Nigeria, we know it has university, secondary school and primary school. So this video is not just for people who are in the university, it's also for people who may also be in secondary school watching and primary school as well. So pretty much anyone who is in school, even if you're currently undergoing a master's or trying to get a master's degree, this video is definitely for you. So the very first point that I put down here is for you to understand why you are there. A lot of people get really carried away, and because going to school is just something that have been told them to do by their parents or society or something, they just think it's just another thing they have to do in their lives just to get by with life. But no, going to school is actually a very important aspect of your life. And if you are not consciously going through that process, or if you're not going through the process with a form of self-awareness, then you may miss out on a lot of benefits of why the school system was created. Apart from the things that you get to learn from your lecturers, the school system teaches you discipline. It teaches you organization to a large extent. It teaches you the importance of scheduling. It teaches you the importance of timing and so many other things. Now, it may not teach you these things directly, but the fact that, for example, you have a school timetable and you know that at different times during the day you have certain lectures and you have to attend these lectures, that alone is teaching you the importance of scheduling, the importance of timing, the importance of organization, the importance of respect. Because if you are attending this lecture, it means that you probably have to show some respect to the class, to the lecturer. And so there's so many things that school teaches you apart from the things that you're actually learning from the lecturer. So remember that you have to have the perfect understanding of why you are there, because that will guide your everyday decision. The second point that I've put down here is for you to try your best to attend every lecture. Now, when you understand that the reason why you are in school is for you to gain more knowledge and be better equipped in whatever course or field that you're studying. And one of the things that actually ensures that you gain that knowledge is for you to attend every lecture. It's important that you do not miss any lecture if it's within your capacity to attend it. Lecturers are important. There are certain things that you may not be able to learn from the textbooks that will come out of the mouth of your lecturer. And like I said, attending lecture is also a way for you to accustom yourself to scheduling, to timing, to respecting time, respecting schedule, and gives you proper organization and structure for your life. The third point here would be for you to be a front desker, especially if you attend the federal universities or federal schools or public schools where you have a lot of people in a classroom at the same time and the sitting system is not really so organized. I personally attended University of Lagos, and the sitting structure was one that wasn't so good. And for that reason, I always ensured that I would arrive to a class very early so that I can take a front seat. Trust me, the closer you are to the lecturer, the more you are able to avoid every form of distractions. But the farther away you are to the lecturer, the more distractions you would see. Because every little move that's made by anyone in front of you, you would notice it, and that can easily distract you from what the lecturer is talking about. So as someone who wants to thrive in school, as an elegant student, it's important that you are sitting on the front seats, especially if you attend a public or a federal school where you have a lot of people in the school at the same time, okay? Next one will be for you to work on your confidence. Now, just because you are a student doesn't mean that you should not put in the work to start being a confident person. Confidence shows in the way that you speak, in the way that you relate with others, in the way you carry yourself. And as a student, it's important that you are having an overload of confidence, because your confidence is tested in a lot of ways. I have a video on the channel that can actually help you build your confidence level. You can check it out. I'm going to put the link in the description box down below. You can check it out to see how you can work on your confidence. Now, confidence would actually help you have better relationships with not just your fellow students, but also with your lecturers and those who hold administrative positions in the school that you currently are in. Because, for example, when you are a confident person, you're able to air your views easily, able to express yourself confidently. When a lecturer says something that you don't really agree with, you are able to talk to the lecturer in a respectful manner, ask him questions, instead of being timid and shy, and you don't take advantage of the moment to learn something new. Confidence prevents you from getting bullied in school by those who really come to school to bully people, because we still have such people in our educational system, even till this day. Confidence will just make you a lot bolder, will make you carry yourself with a lot of pride, and of course will earn you a lot of respect from your fellow students as well. So have an overdose of confidence, okay? Next one will be for you to ensure that you're not the noisemaker of the class. Whether you attend a private, public, federal school, ensure you're not the one whose voice is the loudest. Ensure that you are very calm and peaceful at all times, and even if you must talk from a place of gentleness and meekness. And to be honest with you, literally, right? If you're a student watching this channel, everything that I teach, every video that we upload on this channel actually also relates to you. So when I talk about self-love, when I talk about self-confidence, when I talk about you having self-awareness, when I talk about all of these things, it definitely also relates to you as a person. So ensure that you are not the one who makes the biggest noise in class. The next point here will be for you to partake in social activities. Don't miss out on a lot because you're distracted by what is or what not or what is not. Social activities in school is something that actually opens up your mind and teaches you quite a number of things and exposes you to quite a number of people as well. A good way, for example, to earn more friends and have a rich network in school would be for you to engage in social activities, sporting activities, music activities, dancing activities. What are the activities in your school that brings people together to have a good time and to perform social things? Get involved in it and don't exempt yourself from it, because by getting involved, not only are you participating socially, you're also increasing your network of friends, and of course, it just helps open up your mind so that you are not just centeredly focused on just your books and books and books. There's time for relaxation, which brings the perfect balance into your life. The next one will be, of course, have reading and study sessions. Have reading and study sessions. Remember that the number one reason why you are in school is to acquire knowledge on whatever field or course that you are studying. And having reading and study sessions actually would help you through the university. Don't be the one who is found reading only when they have a test or there's an exam coming up. Make it a habit to form a reading culture. Pick out times during the week. Sometimes you can even read every day. What I used to do back then, I remember when I first got into the university, and in my first and second year in school, I literally played a bit. Let me put it that way. I sat up in my second semester of my second year when I realized that I could actually do better, and the results I was seeing were not really good enough for me. I was having C's and B's, and I really hated to have C's and just C's and B's in my report card, and I wanted to be the student who had A's. But guess what? I wasn't reading. I was reading, but I really didn't have a very strong reading culture. But then, because I wanted to do things a whole lot differently, I decided to build a reading culture that literally helped me. And let me share with you what I did. So usually lectures start for us at about 8:15 or 8:30. What I would do is I'll wake up very early in the morning and I'll get to school before 7 o'clock because I didn't live on campus. I'll get to school before 7 o'clock. From 7 o'clock till my first lecture, which will probably either start at 8 or 8:30, I would have that 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes of reading. And when I'm reading, what I do is I usually have my main notes where I copy the notes or write the notes in the class, and I have my textbooks as well. And then I have a notepad where I would literally jot down my thoughts as I was reading. And that notepad actually now formed like a form of summary of what I had read and how I understood what I read. I made this a continuous practice, and I continue to do this I will do it at least 3 times every week. Apart from that, during my spare times during the day, sometimes you have breaks in between your lectures. I'm talking for those who are in the university. You have breaks in between your lectures. When I don't have anything else I'm doing, you would always literally find me in the library, and I'm reading, and of course, I have that notes as well that I jot down my thoughts and my ideas based off of what I read. And I found that when it was time for a test or exam, I wasn't fidgeting, I wasn't worrying, because I knew that throughout the course of that semester, I had read and I understood. And guess what, guys? That note was usually the note everyone would come to. Everyone would want to come photocopy my note where I would always write the thoughts throughout the semester. My friends would actually literally come to photocopy the notes, and because they always said it was very straight to the point, made them understand things a whole lot better and all. And that literally helped me achieve my goal of getting A's in like the next semester, which was the second semester of the second year. My results totally changed. I had at least 4 A's and I had B's. In that semester, I don't think I had a C. And that's because I improved on my reading culture. I mean, not to say that A's and B's and whatever is what is important for you to thrive in life. But you see, as far as school is concerned, you have to thrive. And the way that you show that you're thriving in school is that you're having your A's and your B's in your results. No C's, no D's, no E's, no F's for elegant people, okay? Before we continue with the other points, now as a student, there are certain things that you may not be taught in school that you definitely need to thrive confidently and elegantly. We currently have a course called The Art of Speaking Eloquently and Elegantly. It's for anyone who wants to start communicating effectively, who wants to know how to express their thoughts and ideas a whole lot better. If you want to know how to communicate like an elegant person with a lot of eloquence and articulation, then the course is certainly for you, whether you are a student or not. I'm going to put a link in the description box down below where you can get more information about the course and how you can sign up for it. And if you aren't yet on our email list, you are missing out on a whole lot, because on that platform, I share with you some articles and newsletters that can help you on your level up journey as well. And I share on that platform the things that I'm not able to share on this platform. So if you really are interested in leveling up really quickly, I'm talking about things from your finances, living out your purpose, I'm talking fashion, dating, literally everything. So join the mailing list. I'm also going to put a link in the description box down below. You can just click on it and join us today. Okay, all right, let's continue with the points. Next one will be for you to take good care of your appearance. Just because you are a student doesn't mean that you should not look your best at all times. Your hair game must be on point. Your face game must be on point. Literally from your head to your toe, you have to always be on point. You need to ensure that you're taking very good care of your appearance. Your hair shouldn't be looking one way and your shoes are looking one way while you're looking put together from your shoulders down to your ankle. But from head to toe, ensure that you're wearing hairstyles that are not distracting you during your lectures and are easy for you to carry throughout school. You're a student, you know what works best for you. Ensure that you have clothing that actually are comfortable, which also now leads me to my next point. You need to dress appropriately for school. There is an appropriate way for you to dress as a student. As a student, you don't need anything distracting you from your main goal, which is, of course, to study and have good results and have good grades in school. So whatever clothing you are wearing is something that should be very comfortable, looks good on you, and of course is a very appropriate form of dressing. For ladies, if you must wear makeup, wear very subtle minimal makeup. You don't need a full face beat just to go to school. For a guy, cut your beards, cut your hair, ensure that you have your fingernails and your toenails well trimmed. Look good. Look good because you are actually addressed based off of how you dress. So ensure that you're paying optimal attention to your dressing. I might film a video where I'm sharing with you some outfit ideas for a student so that you can look elegant and very comfortable. So watch out for it. It might happen very soon, okay? Next one will be for you to carry yourself with grace. As a student, it's important that you are carrying yourself with grace. I remember that back when I was in school, my schoolmates usually would come tell me that, Winnie, it's easy to identify you from the crowd of people because you're always walking with so much grace and so much confidence, literally counting your steps and taking your time, and you don't let anything ruffle you up. And I'm like, okay, the first time I actually heard it, I didn't really quite get it because it was just who I am. Like, I've always been that way right from time. But when I heard it the second time, I decided to pay attention to see what we're talking about. And I actually would take my time to walk. Sometimes I would trek or walk from the gates, from maybe, if you know Unilag well, you know we have a front gate and a back gate. Sometimes I would walk from the back gate because my house was located at the back gate area. I'll walk from the back gate and I'll walk all the way to FSS, that's Faculty of Social Sciences, which was quite a distance. And when I'm walking, I'm always like literally would carry myself. I take my time, no rushing. You need to carry yourself with a lot of grace. And graceful walking requires you to ensure that you are like literally strouting down, like you're putting on heels. You are not rushing, you're taking your time with your head held high, your shoulders squared up, and just looking very confident because you know that you are on your way to excel in school and in life, okay? Next one will be for you to be kind and respectful to everyone. Be kind and respectful to your fellow students, to the administrative staff, to the lecturers, everyone, even to those who are the vendors who probably will sell you the things that you use to that you eat. Be respectful and kind to everyone. This next point, of course, is one of the most important points, especially for those who easily get distracted when you're in school. Don't try to live above your means. School is a place where you would have different people come from different walks of life, and then sometimes you may be like, oh, you want what someone else has and you want to be that way, not knowing where they have gotten whatever it is that they have from. Live within your means and don't give yourself unnecessary pressure. Don't feel the need to pressure yourself to have what someone else has that you may not be able to afford. Live within your means and throw away peer pressure. Let peer pressure go away. Don't stop trying to have what someone else has that you cannot immediately afford. Remember, the most important number one reason why you are in school is to acquire knowledge and information that will help you thrive in whatever field or course that you have chosen. Anything apart from this is just secondary. And you need to always ensure that this remains in front of your head at all times. Now, the next point will be for students who actually live in hostels, right? The very first thing here is for you to avoid unnecessary distractions. Again, like I said, if you live in the hostel, when you live in the hostel, you are open to. The only day I stayed in the hostel was like, what? Like, really, what? Is this what goes on in the hostel? At night, you see everyone dressing up to head out. You see girls with their makeup on flick, with their skimpy things. They want to, I'm like, wait, oh. And some of these girls who were actually going out the night before are girls who had tests the next morning. We were supposed to have tests together. But see, guess what? They were like, oh, we need to go party. No one is saying don't party, but I mean, do partying with a sense of purpose and refuse to be distracted by anything that prevents you from achieving your main goal, which is, of course, to have good grades and get the knowledge and information that will help you thrive in your field and in your course of study. So avoid distractions. Second one is maintain proper hygiene. Be clean and organized. Sometimes in a room, for example, you can have up to 9 or 10 people in that room. And imagine if everyone has a very poor hygiene culture. How do you think you guys will function in that room? So for the sake of yourself and for the sake of for other students, please maintain a very clean and a tidy and an organized environment at all times. Find ways to ensure that your things are neatly put together so it doesn't serve as a stumbling block for your roommates, okay? Next one will be when you borrow things, please kindly return them. And then don't take things that you do not take permission. You need to take permission from whoever it is you're borrowing their stuff from. Always ensure that you are taking permission from them, and when you borrow their things, please return it. Next will be considerate of your roommates. Don't be noisy. Don't harbor squatters. Don't harbor squatters. Now, the person who harbored me in her room when I stayed over at the hostel, I noticed that I was actually an inconvenience to not just her, but to the other roommates, because I think there were about 9 in the room at the time, and I was the 10th person. And then she harbored me in her room, and we had to share her little tiny bed. I even was uncomfortable, to be quite honest, because I woke up with back aches and back pain. And I noticed that she was uncomfortable, but she was my friend, so she would go through anything for me at the time. And then I also noticed that her roommates were quite uncomfortable. So I know how that can be if you are the one who's harboring a squatter. And of course, don't be a noisemaker in the hostel, okay? The next one will be, don't walk around in your undergarments around the hostel. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, don't walk around with your bra and panties. You're making people uncomfortable. Yes, I witnessed it live and direct. I'm like, why is she walking from one room to another with just her boobs everywhere? And her boobs were so big and bouncy. Like, don't do that. Yes, I know you guys are of the same gender and all, but still, some people don't want to see your nudity. Don't do that. And then for guys, don't wear boxer shorts and have that thing dangling. Dress up, okay? Get nice lounge wears, a nice tank top and shorts, something be put together, okay? The next one will be, and this is definitely the last point on this for this episode, will be for you not to engage in physical fights, noisy arguments, or disagreements. If you have issues, settle it amicably. Don't be the one found fighting with your roommates or with your classmates, or don't ever engage in physical or verbal conflict with anyone. If anyone is trying to bring drama to you, like I always say on the channel, run far, far, far away from drama. When you're running from it, let your feet literally be touching your head as you're running so that you can run faster. Don't be the one caught with drama or instigating drama or responding to drama if you truly want to be considered an elegant student. Now, those are all of the points that I have for my students. I tried my best to come up with more points that will literally help you thrive. But because it's been a while since I was in school, it just felt like things weren't as fresh anymore. Well, it's not that long though. It's not that long. But things aren't as fresh anymore. So if you have some more points on how students can be more elegant and so that they can thrive through school, please let's continue the conversation in the comment section down below. I'll definitely love to read from you all, and I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of students watching would also want to learn a thing or two. I'll see you next time in another episode. Until then, remember to stay very elegant. Take care.